Every time I go back to my hometown, Kherson in Ukraine, my friends meet me at the train station, and the first thing we always do is go to Celentano to have pizza. This is the best pizza I have ever tried in my life, and going there has become a sort of tradition that we follow every time I arrive. If I go to Ukraine in the middle of the school year, I always go to my school to meet my former classmates. It is a very strange feeling because each time I go back, I see how they change and grow up, which was hard to notice when I was around all the time, but now I can always see the change. I also like visiting my old house. I haven't been directly in my apartment because different people live there now, but I still visit my mother's friend who lives on the 9th floor of the building. I remember her coming to us almost every day and talking with my mother, sometimes laughing about something and sometimes sharing their problems. It was also a part of the atmosphere in the house, and now I miss it a lot, because no one's there to come and chat to us in the evening now. There is a special place in which I and my friends always meet together. It is almost equidistant from my school and their college and university. We call it Dubki, which can literally be translated as oaks. We call it that way because there used to be a place to sit on, which were the stumps of a few cut-down oak trees. Sometimes one of my friends brings his guitar out, and I bring mine. We sit there and play together, singing along to it. When I was in Kherson last summer, I bought a new deodorant, Nivea. I like it so much that I was using it all the time I was there. I haven't used it in quite a while since summer, but I found it in my old bag recently. The smell of it brought back the memories of summer and a remembering smile onto my face. Going back to Aberystwyth after my first visit home was very hard, but it eventually gets easier each time because I know I will soon be back again. Communication is a large thing that I miss out on in UK because I can't find a way to get into the community, especially with people of my age. It's much easier and more interesting to talk to adults here than to most of the teenagers, but I know the age difference will never let me be on an equal ground with them until I become an adult myself. Until then, I guess I'll have to wait.
The train station of Moncada Alfara is yellow and small and quiet. It smells of coffee and lasagna. I sometimes felt bored because I used to go there every day. I used to catch the train from my hometown Vetera with my friends without paying or having train ticket. It was quite funny because what we used to do was that if there weren't people asking for tickets, we got on the train, but if they were there, we wouldn't. If we saw someone asking for tickets getting on at another station, we'd get off and wait for the next train. We did it because we didn't have any money and we needed to go to Moncada to see the bullfighting and to see friends. My group was 2 Spanish guys, 1 Moroccan and 1 Polish, and me. We used to ride our bikes around Vetera too and draw graffitis of our names. We were scared because we weren't sure of doing it because of the police. I wasn't very good at it, but my friends would help me. We used to do rapping too. We used to sing, but it was quite rubbish. We thought it was rubbish at the time, but we wanted to be famous. I haven't done it for ages, but it was a really good time. We talk to each other on Facebook now, but we've all moved on. That time is lost. It won't repeat again.
Hello, my name is Michał Śmigiera and I am 14. I was born in Poland, exactly in Bydgoszcz. Bydgoszcz is a big sort of city and I don't live exactly in the part where all the massive markets and shops are. I live in the more peaceful area. When I think of Poland, I visualize my grandma's house and a field nearby where the wheat and grass grows. My grandma used to cook a lot and I can still taste chicken and Polish bread. Music means a lot to me and I take it very seriously. How I got into piano was amazing. It was at Christmas when my sister bought herself a keyboard and I was oddly interested in it. When I started playing random notes, I was easily getting happy with it. Then day after day I started playing more advanced stuff like Pirates of the Caribbean. I like grass as well, you can make things out of it. I played piano over 3 years now and I can still find new things about it. I play it so much that my sister said it's pointless her even trying to get a keyboard from me. Every time I go to Poland on holidays, I always see this big difference. It's amazing how everything changes so quickly. It's a bit depressing and amazing at the same time. In the future, when I'm older, I want to have a job that has something to do with music, like a composer or a music teacher. I don't really care how much money is paid, all I care is that I'm doing what I love. I really enjoy composing because I like creating new things, new emotions, and it's really amazing. I still visit Poland because I was born there and had so many memories, and now my parents are building a house there, which is going to be amazing. It's next to my grandma's house, near the field, with the grass.
I come from Ghana in Africa. The sound I remember the most is the sound of laughter. Neighbors, friends, aunts, uncles and cousins coming around with gifts to cook, play games and listen to music. People laughing a lot. There could be a day where you had no plans, but there was always something to play with, always something to laugh about, always something to do. There's a lot of singing and dancing, traditional music, Black American and English music, and the smell of fresh air and food, of banku and stew, fufui and soup, jollof and cocoa. Cocoa is mostly produced in Ghana. Every day is sunny. We mostly spend time outside. It's too hot for coats. The shops don't sell them. Our school uniform was a short-sleeved t-shirt, shorts and black shoes for the boys, and the girls wore a sleeveless dress, earrings and black shoes. School was very strict, stricter than here. No mobile phones or makeup, and the girls had to cut their hair short like mine, so they don't play with it. But in the holidays, you could do whatever you want with your hair, with your everything. When I came to Europe, everything was new. I quickly had to get used to the climate and school life. I found in Aberystwyth, everyone stayed indoors. Here I am on my own, more in the house, watching TV or playing games. And if we go out, I always have to wear a jacket on, and a hat, and gloves, and scarf.
My city is one of the biggest in Romania. The smell of fish from the Danube and the oaks dominate it, with the river on one side and the view of the oldest mountains in the country in the distance, with its clubs, fancy restaurants, museums, and the thing I love and miss most, the truck films. My home will always be home. I saw my house being built while playing with my 2 dogs, young Dan, now with 7 puppies, from which I kept a big, fierce boy, Harry, and a girl with spots on her fur like a cow, Hera. When I was younger and I played with the boy, I used to feel like a warrior petting his lion, ready to attack. My orange tree is probably the strangest thing in Romania. Its weather doesn't allow orange trees to grow, but some friends from Italy gave us one, and we managed to make a room have the conditions for it to grow, and now we have homegrown oranges. Whenever I go back, I know they are there. The country has so many views. You can't go and visit all of them in one lifetime. It's a bomb of wonders, one of them being the Danube Delta, one of the few plains in the world still forming. A popular belief says that from the highest mountaintop in Romania you can see everything, the Danube, the mountains and the huge fields all around it. This is something I always wanted to see, and found myself while playing with my dogs or lying on the grass wondering, how would I feel, and almost seeing in my mind what the view must be like. Being there and seeing all the places I went to, the small town where I spent my childhood holidays with my grandmother, the city where I was born, from where I left when I was 2, the mountains where the river burst its banks and killed a boy, and we had to spend the night there until we were rescued by an army helicopter, I would get a better understanding of Romania, of my home, with all its ups and downs. Nothing is like home.
In Poland, I used to play football with my friends. I wasn't good at it, but I used to play and enjoy it. I used to play most of the time, sometimes even all day. In Poland, every time after playing football, I used to get an ice cream from the ice cream shop. It used to sell the best ice creams I had in my lifetime. When I moved here, I started to play football more. I got much better, but since I moved, it didn't feel the same. The fun I had with my friends was gone. The more I played, the more aggressive it seemed to get, until there was more pain than fun in it. The ice creams here are different too. I can still remember the fresh, cold smell of the ones I had in Poland. I used to love the vanilla ones. The best ones are the simple ones. After no more than half a year, I suddenly found playing football boring and meaningless. I stopped playing completely. A few years later, I went back to Poland. I couldn't wait to have an ice cream again. It was one of the main reasons I wanted to go to Poland for a holiday, but sadly the business closed down and I could never get one again. I just stood there with my money looking at the empty window.